This flow class starts with a gentle warm-up, getting into your shoulders, your lower back mobility to get things moving a little bit, and then introducing sun salutations and moving B series. Use this class to help build your stamina, your awareness of your lower back, and some of the ways that you can move your posture towards a really sweet Shavasana. There are options in here if you want to do a chaturanga free practice. If you've got a block, have it handy. If not, don't worry about that. Start sitting cross-legged or grab a block, sit on that for now. We'll be here for a little bit of time just as we start to warm ourselves up before moving deeper into the flow class. Sit up, close your eyes, and switch on deep breathing. Ideally switching to doing your breath in and out through the nose only, engaging the throat muscles like you would when whispering, so there's a whisper sound to your breath. Use this Ujjayi breath throughout the practice and use it to quite literally inspire your movement. If you feel like the breath is an arbitrary extension to what you're doing, see if you can link your breath to how we are moving, because I guarantee it's not going to be arbitrary. Changing the breath format. Do an inhale, pausing at the top for as long as is comfortable, exhaling until empty, and then holding the breath at the bottom, empty for as long as is comfortable. Aim to stay away from doing any retention or gripping in the throat or diaphragm, so we're moving into Shivananda Pranayama, a breath form that should feel easy to do and doesn't disturb the body. Close your eyes, start by exhaling everything out through the mouth. Inhale slowly until you are comfortably full. Hold the breath at the top without doing any of those guttural stops in the throat or hardening the abdomen. Relax the jaw, throat, shoulders. Once you have held for as long as is curious for you, exhale through the nose until empty. Hold your breath empty. Before you start to feel any feedback or rise of panic, switch back to doing an inhale. Repeat this format 2 more times, so that is inhale, pause, exhale, pause. As you do this, feel for softening any of the habitually tight parts of your body. So shoulders, hips, maybe your neck and your jaw. But also beginning to gather awareness in areas that need a little bit more attention as you move. Maybe you've got a tweaky wrist or a tweaky knee. Move in a way that will work well with that area rather than against it, because it's not going to go so well for you if you work against it. After your next round of breath, return to a steady inhale and exhale. Change the cross in your legs. Interlace the fingers in front of you. Inhale to palm press down and sweep the arms up, lifting chest up. Exhale, bring the arms down, sweep the palms back, so I call this crowd control, as if you're pressing people behind you. Shoulder blades squeeze back, but without popping the ribs forwards. Feel for a little bit of engagement in the lower abdominals. Clasp the hands. Inhale, palm press up. Exhale, press the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades back, head stays lifted. Inhale, palm press up. Exhale, take the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades back. Last one. Inhale, palm press up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Take a deep breath in with the arms wide. Exhale, bring the left arm over the right, wrapping the arms for eagle arms. If eagle arms isn't doable yet, left elbow over right, hug the upper arms and shoulders, or backs of the hands slide towards each other, right hand grips the left palm. Begin to make circles, so inhaling as you go up, exhaling as you go down, using this to help create a little bit of movement into some of the sticky places in your upper back. Reverse the direction. Inhale, release the arms wide. Exhale, right arm over left, eagle arms. So 3 circles one way, 3 circles the other way. Inhaling as you lift up, as you get that expansion in chest. Exhale as you bring the arms down. Reverse. Inhale to release the arms. If you're sitting on a block, come off of the block. Take the hands onto the legs and then bring the feet into Baddha Konasana. Have the feet so they're about a foot away from the pelvis. Have your hands onto the knees or down closer to the ankles. Moving into some seated cat arches, so this is about articulating the pelvis, maybe getting more movement through your mid-back. Brace with the arms, deep breath in. Exhale, tuck tailbone under, and then allow the lower back to move back, the mid-back to move back, and then the head and neck move forwards. Inhale, roll onto the front of the pelvis, so you're rocking towards sit bones, chest pulls forwards, elbows pull back, head lifts up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round into the back. Inhale, scoop your chest forwards, shoulder blades squeeze back. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, round into the back, and lean back through your mid-back. Inhale, scoop chest forwards, lift ribs up. Exhale, tuck tailbone down. Inhale, scoop chest up. Now staying in Baddha Konasana, take the hands closer to the ankles. Inhale, lift up through your low spine. So you're aiming here, instead of being back, potentially behind your sit bones, is lifting up toward your sit bones and lifting up. This is already challenging enough for the pelvis. If it is better for your back to brace from behind, use your hands behind you to help lift the chest up. For now, all you are going to do is feel for getting from pelvis being in this tilted back position to a little bit more upright and maybe starting to pull the chest forwards. Press the feet into one another, do deep breathing. So this deep breathing is going to be getting the abdominals working like a pump, but it's also starting to speak to your hips and your pelvic floor a little bit if you do a breath that bears down on the inhale and draws up on the exhale. So especially if you know that it takes a wee bit longer for you to warm up your hips than others, this is a good one for you to do, especially if you're doing hands behind you. This is a good one and can last many a year. And for the next piece, you're either going to have your fingers pointing forwards. If you've got wrist stuff going on, fingers turned out will be a little bit easier to navigate for the wrist bones. Set the feet so the legs look as if they're about a 90-degree angle. Hands are underneath the shoulders or a little bit behind, or hands turned out if that is more comfortable for your shoulders. Completely sag between the shoulders so you feel the shoulders come up towards your ears. Then push down and lift the chest up. This is the position that we're going to be navigating from. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push into your feet, lift the hips up. So aiming to feel that you've got that same lifting action away in the shoulders, and lean the head back but without whipping it back. So the head is in line with the shoulders. Inhale, lower the hips down. Exhale, press hips up. Inhale, lower the hips down. Exhale, lift the pelvis. Shoulder blades are squeezing towards one another. Inhale, lower the pelvis down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now that cat arching that you were doing before, you're going to explore a little bit of that in the same positioning. So it's that feel of, on the inhale there's a bit of a back bend, on the exhale there's a little bit of a forward bend, but in this reverse tabletop position. Lift the pelvis up, but then allow the hips to hang maybe halfway down. Exhale, curl tailbone under, round into the back. Inhale, stick out through sit bones, chest lifts up, head leans back. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round into the back. I'll see if you can sequentially move from pelvis to skull. Inhale, pelvis moves, back moves, chest moves, shoulder blades move back. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, round into the back, shoulders tip a little bit forwards. Inhale, lengthen out through sit bones. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round into the back. Lower the hips down, take the legs forwards. Now, if you've got a block, this will be really useful. You can use it at your hands. If you don't have a block, don't panic. You can simply have the hands together for the next piece. Come down onto your back. Once you're down, get a feel for pressing down through your lower spine, and then don't do that. Push down through your pelvis, push down through your ribs, but not your lower back. The hands are going to be holding the block overhead, and then sending the legs straight up. From this leg straight up position, reach the legs towards the front of the room. Now, more challenging if your back is feeling tweaky, have the angle higher up so there's more weight directly above the bones of your pelvis, less strain for your back, or take the legs further. Arms are overhead, exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Now this might start to shudder and shake, which is quite exciting, especially if you're doing this in the morning. As your mobility dictates, maybe the legs are longer. Switch on deep breathing. Shoulder blades are up, pelvis is down, but the low back is more neutral. Abdomen is firm. Bend the legs, bring the block in, set the feet so they're hip distance. Also, bring the feet in so they're close enough that you can touch them. If you can't touch them, but they're in as close as you can get them for now, that's where we'll work. Slide your shoulders down away from your ears, palms face up, getting ready for bridge. Exhale, press into the feet, lift the hips up. I like to get bridge going at the start of my practice so that the legs are more switched on, the lower back has got some support as the pelvis and the muscles supporting pelvis and thighs have engaged a little bit before we start moving. So get a feel for the stuff you were doing in the cat arches. Instead of doing tuck tailbone under, do tuck tailbone just enough that you feel sit bones pointing towards your knees. Take a little bit of movement side to side in your pelvis and just feel if you go slow enough that different muscles, different gluteal muscles switch on. Maybe ones that you haven't spoken to in a little while or used this morning or this afternoon. Just get a feel for where they are. And then find stillness. Maybe there's a little bit more expansion to be had in the chest. Return to a deep breath, especially if the abdominals threw it off a wee bit. Take a huge breath. Exhale, lower down through your shoulders, mid-back, low back goes down, and then pelvis goes down. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Bring the elbows in. So moving into more of a forest yoga abdominal, I find these really useful when we start moving, especially when we start moving through lunges. Deep breath in, press pelvis down. Hold your breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, lift the left knee, reach both elbows towards the left thigh, belly pulls down. Left knee is above pelvis. Inhale, left foot down, shoulders come to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift right knee, reach elbows towards your right leg, pull abdomen down. Inhale, right foot goes down. Lean the head back so there's enough space between chin and chest. Hold your breath in, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift left knee, reach both elbows to the left thigh, pull abdomen down. Inhale, left foot down, shoulders come to center. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift right knee, reach both elbows towards the right thigh, right shoulder blade is off the ground, belly down. Inhale, right foot down, shoulders to center. Hold the breath, press pelvis down, tailbone up, sacrum is still down. Exhale, lift left knee, reach elbows towards the left thigh, pull belly down. Inhale, left foot down, shoulders to center, last one of these. Hold the breath, curl tailbone up. Exhale, lift right knee, reach elbows to the right leg, pull abdomen down. Inhale, set right foot down. Now you can either roll to your side and come up, or hold onto the back of the legs and begin to take a little bit of a rock and roll. So obviously the back needs to be in that rounded cat position. If you're in the other one, you'll kind of land like a square egg. So your aim is to roll from shoulders to sacrum. If that instantly doesn't feel good, roll to the side and come up and make your way to all fours. From all fours, get a feel for neutral. So hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips, wrist sensitive, turn your hands outwards and see if that makes a difference for weight distribution. Look forwards, but stick your butt out. Now, especially those of you that have done forest yoga, you do a lot of relaxed neck, which is fine, but some instances it is curious to notice what that is. So if in a neutral spine, I do what some people call relaxed neck, then I'm encountering a different postural issue in the neck. So here, to maintain that cervical spine, look forwards but tuck the chin, and you should feel you're starting to work into trapezius and upper back a little bit more. I think this is useful to do. Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck tailbone down only, then move into the low back, mid back, upper back, and then head and neck comes down. Inhale, tip the pelvis the other way. So sit bones point upwards, low back begins to move, mid back begins to move, shoulder blades drop back, and then head lifts up. Exhale, tuck tailbone down. Push into your hands to help create that extra expansion into the upper and mid back. Inhale, tip the pelvis the other way. This time chest is scooping forward, sit bones are lifting, shoulder blades drop back. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, round into the back. Inhale, lengthen the chest forwards. Now another little mobilizer. Find more of a neutral spine, tuck your toes, and then stick your butt out. So you're not collapsing into your lower back, it's not a cat arch, but it's looking for that lengthened out feel for the lower back. If you put a hand there, you should be able to feel a little bit of your lumbar curve is there rather than a flat back. Deep breath in, look forwards. Exhale, move your hips back towards your heels, but making sure there's no movement of tuck under. Inhale, come forwards. This should give you an invitation to explore where it might be tight in your squat position. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, glide back. So pointing sit bones towards the back of the room, not allowing any tuck tailbone to happen. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forwards. Now from here, I find this one is easier to do sitting back towards the heels. If your knees don't like that, stay in a tabletop position. Bring the hands back so the hands are a little bit in front of, directly under shoulders. Look forwards and tuck the chin so the head is up. Deep breath in. Exhale without moving your rib cage. So a lot of people pop the mid back forwards here. Exhale to squeeze the shoulder blades straight back and really squeeze them. Inhale, push the floor away and spread the shoulder blades. So in forest yoga we call this secondary action, this wrap in the shoulders. So you're almost thinking elbow bones are spinning to the back of the room as you push. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades back. Inhale, press into the floor. Elbow bones are spinning to the back of the room as you spread. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades back. Inhale, push the floor away, wrap elbows in. So things that we'll be doing in down dog very soon. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades back. Inhale, press the floor away, elbow bones spin towards the back. Inhale, pad forwards into more of a plank position. Now, plank isn't the same as tabletop, so if you had to do down dog here or a plank here, you're not really in a great place. If you send a leg back, shoulders over wrists, and then the other leg, this is going to give you a better working position, and your feet are the things that help propel you forwards. Take your shoulders a little bit in front of the wrists, look forwards but tuck the chin, and then grip the floor with your fingertips. Do that action of pressing the floor away, elbows spinning to the back of the room. Downward dog. Press with the arms, but more importantly feel for pointing your sit bones up rather than curling your tailbone down. So lengthening the low back, maybe working with the legs straight. So first down dog practice, take a wee bit of movement. So shifting the weight side to side is a good one, bending the legs is a good one. And then also doing little cat arches whilst in dog, which is an odd mix of speciation. But hey, I don't suppose it's meant to work necessarily logically. Inhale, shift forwards into plank. Feel for getting that articulation forwards through your chest, and then resist doing a massive tuck and tailbone. Exhale, glide back, pelvis lifting up and back, elbows spinning towards the ground as you get that wrapped shoulder. Inhale, forwards. Lift between the shoulder blades, look forwards. You're completing it through the neck and shoulders. Exhale, press the hips up and back. Inhale, forwards. Last one like this. Exhale, press the hips up and back. Take a deep breath in down dog. Exhale, bring your left knee to touch high onto your left upper arm. Stick your butt out a little bit and see if you can maintain that connection of knee and arm. Inhale, send the leg back, be more in plank and unfurl through pelvis. Exhale, bring the left knee in towards your left arm. Inhale, send the leg back. Exhale, step the foot either in between your hands or to the outside of your hand. If you're going for outside of the hand, bring your hands to the inside and then have the hands on fingertips. Use the right foot so you're getting high on the right toes, but lower the pelvis down. Use some movement forwards and back so you begin to almost feel for scrubbing into the front of that right hip. Look forwards rather than down. Now your hips might be a little bit higher and that's fine. So especially if it's new territory getting into your hips in this way. Switch towards a flat palm. Actively actively feel for driving your right thigh towards the ceiling. The next part is going to be movement with breath. On your inhale, turn your chest towards the left side of the room. Now aiming to move your chest rather than turning your pelvis. So if your pelvis dropped, see if you can stay in that neutral right hip in line with left butt, sticking towards the back of the room. Exhale, bring the arm down so your left arm is alongside your right. Inhale, come up, so you're actually recruiting the muscles in your mid-back. Exhale, bring the arm down. Inhale, sweep the arm up. Exhale, bring the arm down. Inhale, take the arm up. Exhale, bring the arm down. Take the hands to the inside of the leg. Walk yourself around to the right, so you're working into more of a parallel foot positioning for straddle forward bend. Inhale, lengthen the chest forwards. Bend the knees. Exhale, hang down. So either hands down, maybe elbows are down. But do that same move of knees softening, sit bones pointing up so you get that length through the lower back. Switch on deep breathing, especially last part was a little bit more active as we start to get moving. Inhale to come up onto hands, turn your left foot back forwards and walk your hands towards that foot. Set the right knee down, so your aim is your right hand is a little bit out in front of the shoulder, not necessarily straight underneath when you look at the angles of this. Step your left leg back, so you're coming into a side plank but with legs bent, but straighten the left leg. Left arm is coming up, then lift the left leg. So you should be able to test with your left hand, like the muscles just on the outside of the hip, so that from the widest, boniest part of your thigh to the top rim of your pelvis, those muscles are firing up. If they're not firing up, give them a little pulse upwards. This is the glute medius range, a little bit of additional support when it comes to more of our standing balance work. Wrist sensitive, you can always do this on the right elbow. So just little pulses, just to wake those muscles up. Plank. Exhale, put the left hand down, have the knees down for now. Inhale, move the shoulders in front of the wrists. Look forwards. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower down to the ground. Prop up on your elbows. In this low cobra, focus less on lifting up at all and more about doing a pulling action with the arms to drag your chest forwards. Lift the head but tuck your chin. Exhale, tuck tailbone towards your heels, press down into the feet. Inhale, pull with the arms so you feel a lengthening through the abdomen towards the front of your yoga mat. Roll the pinky toes outwards. Take a deep breath in. Downward dog. Exhale, lower. Slide the hands back under your shoulders. Either come up onto all fours or you can press straight to down dog. Take a deep breath in down dog. Exhale, bring your right knee to touch your right upper arm. Inhale, send the leg back into plank, unfurling through the low back and pelvis. Exhale, knee comes in towards the arm, minimizing the amount you're rounding into the low back. Inhale, send the leg back. Lunge. Exhale, step the right foot through, aiming to get the foot in between the hands, or take it to the outside and move the hands to the inside. Left toes are tucked and doing a forward and back action to help you get into the front of the hips, but also to increase your foot elasticity, get things moving through there a little bit more so you can really rock and roll over those toes. Use a scooping forward action in the chest and a tucking down through the tailbone just to give you a little bit more action through the legs. Now, stop moving. Left hand is down. Feel for your left thigh bone driving up, so you check and feel that the pelvis is level. Inhale, reach the right arm up, turning through mid-back. Exhale, bring the arm down, so chest is really coming down. Inhale, twist, so you feel collarbones turning, not just your butt moving. Exhale, arm comes down. Inhale, twist. Exhale, come down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, up. Straddle, forward bend. Exhale, bring that hand down, turn the feet around. Now this isn't the most dignified view for me, but hey. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, lengthen chest. Exhale, hang down over the legs, and then hold on to each opposite bicep so you can get a decent hang with the arms. Neck is relaxed down. Return to doing that deep and steady ujjayi breathing. So that whisper sound, bending the legs and taking a little bit of movement side to side can help. If it feels like your hips are getting really jammed here, this can be one of the most frustrating ranges to expand. Inhale, come up onto hands, turn the right foot forwards, but set the left knee down. Knees are coming back alongside each other, so instead of being straight underneath, have the hand a little bit in front. Right arm is lifting, right leg is going back. Now you can obviously do this toes tucked and do full plank, or do this on the elbow if this is feeling aggravating for your wrist. Begin to do little pulses. You're just checking in with the musculature around this, so it's like the gluteal fan. You're starting to get a little bit of awareness there. A little bit of front and back can be useful just to feel for the different layers of muscle switching on that perhaps haven't switched on in a little while. So at least in a day, perhaps, if not longer. Plank. Exhale, hands come down, shift forwards, bend elbows, and lower down to the ground. This time, Cobra, pull with the arms and roll your shoulder blades back. Chest is lifting up, maybe quite a bit, maybe not. Deep breath in. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a little bit of movement, side to side, a little bit of bending of the legs, seeing what's happening. If you need to take a break, set the knees down, but sit up and do deep breathing instead of face down in child's pose. You can rest seated and have water and still be engaged. From down dog, look in between your hands, step the feet forward so they're about hip distance apart and parallel, and bend the legs enough that you feel chest resting on the thighs. Fold the arms, relax down to head and neck. Breathe in a way that exaggerates the amount of swell in the abdomen, so you feel that you get some feedback through your low back, mid back and side ribs. Experiment with taking the weight forward, so feet have to fire up a bit more, shifting the weight towards the heels, but also side to side, exploring where is tight, where needs a little bit more work. Release the arms. Shift the weight towards your heels, but lengthen your ribs forwards. Prop up on your elbows. Bringing in some of the stuff from cat, lengthen your chest forward, stick your butt out, drive through your legs to come up. Now moving through Surya Namaskar a little bit more flow work, bringing in some of the elements we've already had. Clasp the hands. Inhale, palm press up. Crowd control. Exhale, sweep the arms back, shoulder blades squeeze back. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Forward bend. Exhale, maybe knees are bent. Halfway lift. Inhale, hands are flat, lengthen your chest forwards, but tuck the chin. Plank, step back. Bend elbows, lower down to the ground. Cobra, inhale, lift chest, shoulder blades back, press down to the feet. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Have a look in front of the hands. Inhale, step or hop into the halfway lift. So you can walk the feet forward, you can hop them. Forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up, clasp the hands as you come up. Crowd control. Exhale, sweep the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades back. Inhale, arms up. Forward bend. Exhale, belly pulls in during the fold. Half lift. Inhale, articulate chest forwards. Plank. Exhale, step or hop back. Bend elbows and lower down. Shoulders away from the ears, shoulders away from the floor. Cobra. Inhale, lift chest, press into feet. Back tweaky, that low cobra we did earlier would be very relevant. Downwards facing dog. Exhale, tuck toes, lift knees. Half lift. Inhale, step or hop, feet to hands. Articulate chest forwards. Forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, scoop the chest forwards, clasp hands, palm press up. Crowd control. Exhale, sweep the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades back. Inhale, arms up. Forward bend. Exhale. Half lift. Inhale, lengthen and telescope ribs away from hips. Plank. Exhale, step or hop back, bend elbows. Chest is doing that forward scooping. Cobra. Inhale, lift the chest, shoulder blades down. Downward facing dog. Exhale, tuck toes, lift knees. In down dog, inhale to lift your left leg skywards. So aiming for our hips to be level, left toes point down. Lunge. Exhale, left foot comes through between the hands. If it doesn't get there, pick it up, pull it forwards, set the right knee down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Crowd control. Exhale, sweep the arms back, shoulder blades squeeze back. Inhale, arms up. Plank. Hands either to either side of the leg or to the inside to step back into plank. Chaturanga. Exhale, bend elbows and lower. Cobra. Inhale, articulate chest forward, shoulder blades back. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Level the hips, right toes point down, neck relaxing. Lunge. Exhale, pull the right foot through between the hands, left knee goes down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Crowd control. Exhale, sweep the arms back, shoulder blades squeeze towards each other. Inhale, arms up. Plank. Exhale, hands down, either side of the leg or to the inside of the leg, stepping back. Exhale, bend elbows. Cobra. Inhale, move chest forwards, press feet down. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Have a look in between your hands. Half lift. Inhale to step or hop, feet to hands. Forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, come up, clasp the hands, arms come up. Crowd control. Exhale, squeeze the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades back. Halfway lift is going to change in this instance. Inhale, reach arms up. Forward bend. Exhale. Half lift, inhale, scoop your chest forwards. Do crowd control arms, so palms are lifting, shoulder blades squeeze back, maybe working the legs straight there. Plank. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back, bend elbows and lower down. Cobra. Inhale, move chest forwards, press down into feet. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg skywards. Lunge. Exhale, left foot comes through between the arms. Inhale, bring the arms up, but out to the side. Eagle. Exhale, left arm over right, wrap the arms, and bring the elbows up. Inhale, lift the elbows up a little higher than shoulders. Exhale, reach elbows towards the ceiling, tailbone tucks down. Plank. Inhale, release the arms, hands down, step back. Exhale, bend elbows, shoulders away from the ears as you lower down. Cobra. Inhale, scoop chest forward, shoulder blades down. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Lunge. Exhale, right foot through, left knee down. Inhale to bring the arms up. Inhaling still, arms are opening out. Exhale, right arm over left, wrapping the arms. Inhale, lift elbows up to about height of shoulders. Exhale, shoulder blades down, tuck tailbone down. Take another deep breath here to feel elbows moving forward in space. Plank. Exhale, hands down, step back, bend elbows and lower. Cobra. Inhale, move chest forward, shoulder blades down. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Look in front of your hands. Inhale to step or hop into that halfway lift modification. So step it forwards, then build it up. Inhale, chest lifts, back muscles engaging, looking forwards. Palms are lifting towards the ceiling. Forward bend. Exhale. Inhale, come up, palm press up. Crowd control. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale to relax the arms. Now we're going to use that same action of squeezing into the arm, tricep extending, moving into more of a B series. This time, instead of stepping into lunge, you'll step into high lunge, back leg will be lifted, or back knee will be lifted. Step your feet together. Chair. Inhale, bend the legs, arms up. Crowd control. Exhale. I really like this one here. Chair. Inhale, sweep the arms forwards and up. Forward bend. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale, scoop chest forwards. Plank. Exhale, step back. Bend elbows. Cobra or upward dog. If you're doing upward dog, lift the thighs, lift the pelvis. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, lift left leg high. High lunge. Exhale, left foot through, right knee lifted. Inhale, come up, bend the right knee as you bring the chest up. Tailbone tucks down. Plank. Exhale, hands down, step back. Bend elbows and lower. Cobra or upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale, point, sit bones upwards. Inhale, lift right leg high. High lunge. Exhale, right foot through between the hands, left knee bends. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Chest is lifting. Plank. Exhale, hands down, step back. Bend elbows. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Have a look in front of your hands. Inhale to step or hop, feet to hands, lengthen chest forwards. Forward bend. Exhale. Chair. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Crowd control. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, arms come up, lifting you up to standing. Exhale, hands together at chest. If the chaturanga, the high to low push-up, is starting to get challenging, meet us in downward facing dog, or substitute it. Instead of doing chaturanga, up dog, down dog, do child's pose on the exhale, which is when the chaturanga would be, sweep it forwards into cobra, and then meet us in down dog. So you can do a chaturanga free practice, and that can be a really good way to modify this. We're doing one more of these. Chair, inhale, bend legs, sweep the arms out. Crowd control, exhale, sweep the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades back. Inhale, arms go forwards and up. Forward bend, exhale. Half lift, inhale, articulate chest forwards. Chaturanga, exhale, step back, bend elbows and lower. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, lift left leg high. High lunge, exhale. Inhale, bring the arms up. Adding in crowd control, exhale, sweep the arms back, squeeze shoulder blades back. Inhale, hands down, step back. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Lift chest forwards. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift right leg high. High lunge, exhale, right foot comes through. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Crowd control, exhale. Inhale, hands come down, step back. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a little bit of movement. Heart may be beating a little bit faster. Not a bad thing. Pigeon, exhale. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. Get the shin bone so it's at about a 45-degree angle. So about a 4 o'clock position if your head's at 12. Or move it forwards so it's at more of a 3 o'clock if the hips feel more open. Lower the hips down towards the ground, but lift the chest up. I like to work with my back foot tucked under, pulling the heel back. Inhale, lengthen your chest forwards. Exhale, push down through every fibre in your left leg and lean forwards over that leg a little bit. This should give you some feedback in the buttock muscles without completely melting into the pose, which I think has limited use. Inhale, hands on your shoulders. Exhale, press up and back into down dog. Pigeon, exhale, right leg comes forwards. Now this side may require a different strategy, so either leg at an 8 o'clock position or 9 o'clock if it's a more flexible day. Inhale, scoop the chest forwards like cobra. Exhale, press down into your right foot and let the head just very slightly, well the chin slightly tuck, so it's not a whipped back position. Steady your breathing and get interested about the sensations that are coming up. Inhale, hands down, downward facing dog, exhale. From here, have a look in between your hands, step one foot forward, cross the other ankle behind, and bring yourself towards seated. I like to do a little bit of balance work when I've done a flow class. Heart is beating, we've done a lot of work, and it's good to find some stillness, I feel, once we get nearer to the end. Take the feet forwards. Get a little feel for some of the bony landmarks. So if you lift up, you should feel very prominently on your sit bones, then maybe closer to tailbone, then sacrum. Feel for sit bones and go just behind there, but not quite all the way onto tailbone. Bring the knees in and feel for rib and thigh connection for abdominal. Hands can hold on to the backs of the thighs as you begin to lift the feet up. Instead of rounding in the back, lift up, doing that telescope ribs up and leaning the head back. This is a form of Navasana. Now, rather than this being core work, aim is for balance actually. Take the hands, hold on to the outside edges of the feet. Pull with your arms so there is an active recruitment in your lats, so shoulder blade is going back and down to help you lift the chest up. See what happens if you start to work the legs a little bit straighter. Maybe one leg will help straighten at a time. Maybe working both legs up and lifting the chest. It's a curious balance. If you end up in a backward roll, come back out. These are always interesting. If you have the legs working straighter, aim to lift up a little bit out of your lower back. Chest lifting, steady your breath. If this range is challenging for you, perhaps straddle is more accessible for you, so that is taking the feet wider and lifting the chest up. Take another deep breath here. Exhale, bend the legs, set the feet down. Use your hands behind you. Cross your left foot over your right thigh. Instead of walking your pelvis towards your foot, which will curl your pelvis under, stay up towards sit bones and begin to edge that other foot in. Right hand stays behind. Take the left arm through, hold on to your shin. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, turn to the right. So you're getting a little bit of a hip opening twist, so very similar sensations to pigeon when we were there. And smooth out your breathing. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, turn the ribs to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Let the right leg go further away. Set the left leg down. Exhale, cross right foot over left thigh. Now this leg may require a different approach from you. Use yourself to bring that leg in, seeing where it gets to. Right foot is flexing. Inhale, lift up. So instead of collapsing into the shoulders, lift so you've got really good support. From here, right arm goes through the gap in the leg, so hold the shin, pulling and recruiting your strong back muscles to actually help lift yourself up here. Exhale, turn the chest to the left. Shoulders and shoulder blades are down. Smooth out the breathing. Inhale, lift ribs up. Exhale, draw shoulder blades down as the ribs turn to the left. Inhale, come back through center, release the hand set the feet down, and send the legs forwards. For the next part, your aim is to feel that every part, so low back, mid back, upper back, starts to roll down onto the ground, so taking that from the cat arches that we were doing nearer to the start. Flex the feet, take the arms forwards, so it's a little bit like a zombie. Exhale, tuck tailbone down. Feel for tucking tailbone under and moving that part. And then feel for sequentially moving from sacrum to low back, mid low back, upper lower back, low ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs, and then head down. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the knees in, wrap your arms around the legs and squeeze the legs. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, release the legs down for Shavasana, final relaxation pose. Arms down by the sides, palms face up. Slide your shoulders down and allow the legs to relax out. Take this time, after quite a varied amount of movement, to take this time for the alchemical processes of yoga to take place. So this is where we've mixed everything together and now it gets to bake. We see what happens afterwards. Soften your breathing and enjoy stillness. Begin to deepen your breath, taking movement into fingers and toes, also into wrists and ankles. Inhale to reach the arms overhead, getting long from fingers to toes. Exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Using this to scope how the low back and mid back are feeling, how the hips are feeling. Roll to your left. Use your arms to come up towards seated where you are. Remember, you can sit on the block like you did at the start. Choose a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together. So even if the class felt like it challenged you, instead of seeing that as a negative or that you can never do the class again, see it as a way to unlock a potential that maybe you didn't even realize was there. So treating a challenge as an opportunity rather than as a world ender. For those of you that enjoyed the practice, great, comment below, let me know what other options you might want in there. And I hope to see you on the mat very soon. Namaste.